Hello and welcome to Train Sim World 3. Today we're back on the ScotRail Express Edinburgh to Glasgow route, where we're going to be taking a first look at the very recent update. So I think the community rightly pointed out some bugs with the with this route to Revit Games, and they've finally got around to updating it. So I'm excited to see if those kind of the areas that the community sort of really wanted to see improved have been. I sincerely hope so. Yeah, let's see. So first things first was around the responsiveness using the, well, for me, a keyboard when using the throttle, and it feels, I have to say, a lot more like the what you're used to with a lot of the other locos. Really responsive. So big plus there. Absolutely happy with that. As we are going along, we're already speeding. Let's try the announcements.
Please take extra care when getting on and off trains.
That seems pretty clear to me. That was one of the big things, was when you certainly get up to speed, you couldn't hear any of the announcements, and obviously that's one of the big features that is promoted with this route. So let's fingers crossed when we get up to sort of its higher end sort of running speed towards 100 and that, we'll try and see if it's nice and clear. But so far so good. Let's give you a shot of this beautiful Class 387. One thing you'll notice is the passenger information screen at the front there has been made bigger, so again that is more true to life in terms of the size. So big plus there. I'm certainly liking this so far. The sounds certainly feel improved, definitely improved. As we get up to speed here, we just need to be mindful we'll be coming into Haymarket out the other side of this tunnel, so that's quite responsive on the brakes there. Just little taps of the key there. We've got another 385 going in the opposite direction. Obviously we'll be taking this as far as Glasgow Queen Street, so we'll do a full length of the route. If you do like this video, why don't you hit that like button and also subscribe. It really does make a big difference to the channel. Just see if we can hit our stop marker. There's our stop marker there on the left. That was one of the other things that players had picked up on at Haymarket. I couldn't see the stop markers, but it looks like they've now been added. Certainly going this way. Feels pretty good, to be fair. Let's just jump into the 8 camera and we'll have a little look round Haymarket. This all looks pretty good to me. We've just got to wait here for a moment. We are a 4-car unit, so certainly the braking performance wasn't so noticeable on the 4-car, personally, from my opinion. It was certainly more pronounced when you had the 2 units together to create an 8-car formation. But it seems like those brakes are certainly a lot better. Hopefully you'll agree the sounds as well, although that door chime does go on for a little while. There we go, and away we go for Linlithgow at 15 miles. So we'll get up to speed and then we'll start playing with the announcements to see if those sounds are improved, and obviously the wind noise that we all talked about at a high speed. So let's get our speed up. We are permitted to go up to 90, so let's get a nice outside view. feeling nice so far. I do like the 385. I mean, it's a shame obviously about its actual design in real life. Obviously it doesn't give you a good view of the scenery that Rivet have obviously modelled as we go past the stadium there. Because there is absolutely some beautiful scenery that's been produced. And that was a neutral section that I believe we just went through. So we'll keep going up to 100. It certainly sounds like that wind noise has been reduced. No, that's not. Is it this door? Yeah. So the wind noise still is affected by this door here. It is a lot it's definitely a lot less. I don't know. It's still quite loud, that wind noise. Is that true to life? I don't know. Would it be that loud? Possibly. Possibly not. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. One of the other things was we couldn't hear the announcements over the tannoy. Sorry, you couldn't hear the announcements over the wind sound. So we'll go next station.
Next station is Linlithgow.
So it's definitely a lot more, a lot more clearer, which is great. It's what we like to hear. But is that wind noise still too loud? I think it is. Personally, I think it is. As we go through Edinburgh Park, I believe. That was another one of the things on the Dunblane services. The stop at that station was omitted, but it's now been introduced, which is good. Gives a little bit more variety, and obviously it should be utilised if it's there in real life. Tell you what, let's do the classic. Let's get our screenshot for... It's got to be this side, I think. No, this. The sun isn't quite doing its justice there. I personally wanted it this side. The sun's not on it. It's this. Let's have a look at the back here. Looking good. We're not speeding yet, which is always good. We may get... I'll go for a station shot, I think. Oh, that could be good. Could be nice. See if we can... Yeah, it's looking pretty nice. Yeah. So 9.1 miles to go to Linlithgow. We've got an 80 mile an hour coming up in 1.4 miles. I'm still not convinced by the wind noise. It's just... I mean, this probably feels a little bit too sterile. But there's definitely some wind noise there we need to be braking. Oh well, we're slightly speeding there, but it's fine. We're all good. Let's just put it into off. Let's just give you a little bit more sound just so you can hear it. So that's in its off position with the motors on now. Definitely does, the motor sounds do increase with the notch that they're in. And this bit of the braking sound as well. It's quite clear. We can get up to 90, so let's use all of the power of the 385. Let's give you some more announcements. Let's do the classic.
Mind the gap between the train
Mind the gap.
and the platform as you leave the train.
Indeed. I believe as well the GSMR was being used to contact the I thought it was going to be a speed in there. I thought it was going to be used to enable. There you go. So you can use the phone now to contact the signal. Headlights are on full. Very nice. So Lithgow. Still a little bit of weirdness with the tunnel lighting. But it's certainly a lot darker when you're in the tunnel, which is a vast improvement. Have we got? Yeah. See, we've still got the. I still think the wind noise is just too pronounced. I know I'm being picky here. It's 100 times better than certainly what it was. I will give Rivet Games that. Is it quite right? Is it perfect? No. I think they recognise the fact that there will need to be some new sounds recorded. I think wind noise is an absolute must. So it's a definite step in the right direction, I think is going to be my conclusion for this. But is it right or perfect? No, definitely not. Based on the improvements so far, would I now recommend this? Yeah, probably. You're not being deafened by the wind sounds anymore. The announcements actually a bit more of a novelty given you can actually hear them now. So let's just keep doing it.
Please disregard any public address announcements.
It would be nice to actually have a bit of auto announcements. I think that's a feature that would be awesome to come in the future, and I sincerely hope that it does, because that would be a real bonus. We'll just check out the braking efficiency as we come into Linlithgow to see what that feels like. I'm hoping it's certainly coming from a high speed, given that is, you know, a lot of cases with the stations on this route. Certainly the responsiveness of the power handle is much better, so that's definitely a plus for me. And the scenery is beautiful. You can't take away from the scenery that's been produced. It's absolutely fabulous. I think we're going to go with this. There we go. We'll go with that as our thumbnail. So if you're watching it, you know where it's been taken. It's classic. So 1.5 miles to go. I think around the mile mark we will start to think about our braking. I'd like to test out what minimum does. So we're there now. Let's go into minimum and see the kind of brake force that it applies. It is coming down quite nicely. So we'll go into 18%. probably need to be a bit harder now, given we're only 800 yards out. I think we need to go max here, given I can see the station. I think I'm just about going to stop in time, but I have to admit that was certainly my fault there, braking far too late. But I wanted to test minimum out. Oh, I think we've just gone past our stop mark. It was back there somewhere. Unlock the doors. I just want to see there was a stop mark because I didn't see it. I might be wrong. It's around here somewhere, I believe. So where is our stop marker? It's nowhere to be seen. Well, no stop marker. No wonder I was going to miss that. Is there one this side? There's one this side. See? So you got car stop there. Don't believe there was one down this end. Nope. And there certainly wasn't one anywhere to be seen. I'm going to just double check. No, definitely not. Nice little feature there on the station. I like that. There's a map if you want to get it. I can't get it. But yeah, so there's still little niggly bits for a route that I think is so popular. It still needs a little bit of polishing, I think, from my perspective. But God, don't get me wrong. Big improvement. Big improvement. Let's give you some more announcements. Smoking is prohibited. Why not?
For your safety and comfort, smoking is prohibited at all stations and on all train services. This includes e-cigarettes.
Let's do the next station.
The next station is Holmont.
Ah, so it knows we've arrived at Linlithgow, like that. We'll go, this train is for...
This train is for Glasgow Queen Street.
It is, certainly is. This is...
This is Linlithgow.
Wow, okay, yeah. Credit there. That worked absolutely perfectly. It knew where we were going next, where we were at. Come on, there we go. We're in 100 miles an hour, so we can be quite aggressive on the power. Some nice sounds there, as we've got another 385 and it's 3-car formation going in the opposite direction. Let's give you a little bit more view of Linlithgow and how that's modelled. Go. Nice shot as we leave. And so up next is Polmont in just 3.7 miles, so quite close together. Give you a view of that on the map. You can see we've made a real dent into Linlithgow, where I'd say Polmont's probably halfway. And we're up to the permitted 90, although we'll be coming into a 100 section very shortly. What else can I tell you about the update? I'm sure there are plenty more things that have been addressed. Got 100 there, so let's ramp the speed up. I'm sure if you head over to the Dovetail forums, there's a whole nice long list of improvements to the route. So I'll drop a link in the description so you can go and find that for yourself. I think it's, you know, if you're still on the fence about buying this route, I think it's important to know what has been fixed. Obviously, we've pointed out a few things that, I don't know, personally, not quite right. There we go, up to 100. So 1.9 miles to go. Certainly the scenery is just beautiful, beautiful. I raved about this the first time, and it's definitely no different. I have to say, this is the first time I've played it since releasing the videos around the launch of this route. So it feels nice to come back and revisit this, certainly with its update. I wanted to leave it this long, so again I could take a real fresh look and a first look at the how this felt. So it's nice to do that. And as we come into Palma, we'll start taking our speed off. Feels pretty good so far, the braking performance. I think I'm getting used to the revised, the revised kind of places where you need to set yourself. Be a little bit more aggressive, because we're still doing 50 as we come into the station. We'll go into max. So again, we'll look for our stop marker. Can we see it? It's down the end this time, so that's good. And it's nice to see the brake cylinder isn't doing some weird behaviour. It was like, it was flickering up and down as the brake cylinder pressure was changing. So I knew when we first played it that something wasn't quite right. So it's nice that, you know, it's been addressed. We only just slightly overran there, so that's absolutely perfectly fine. And again, beautifully modelled station. I know Rivet Games took a great care of detail in modelling some of these stations, as you can see with the waiting rooms that we've got here. It's really, really, really beautifully modelled. Ticket machines, the wet floor sign. You can see, oh, that wasn't on. It's because I'm in the 8 camera. But you can see that like the ticket offices are modelled as well. So yeah, credit where it's due. It's a really beautifully modelled station. Nice with some of the stickers here. I think there's a bit of a traffic jam. Yeah, we'll ignore that. There's clearly something, a bit of a traffic jam. Have we got many passengers? Yeah, we've got passengers on. It's nice to see. That's another 387 comes into the station there. So you can see this is one of the other features that was introduced with the this route in terms of the sun blinds. So nice to see that they're all set at varying different heights, and you can see the same for the other side. Although I don't think I can squeeze down here quite. Oh yeah, I can. You see that one's almost fully shut. And again, varying different heights there. So again, you know, this is well, let's just lock the doors. This is being set in June, so you'd expect there to be the blinds to be shut. It's going to be hot. The sun's probably going to be quite strong. So next up, we've got Falkirk High. There we go. Away we should be going. There we go. And the other thing I think I've just noticed is, I'll point up here to the top left hand of the screen, is that we haven't got silly stop times now. I know before we were getting, say, you know, it was, well, I'll say 14 minutes and 13 seconds, which, you know, I think there's a bit of OCD in there, but it's nice to see it rounded quite nicely to that point there. But yeah, it makes it much neater, much more achievable. I think it shows that the timetable isn't just auto-generated. It's, you know, there's been some care gone through it, and hopefully, you know, make it as realistic as possible. You know, true to life. Let's give you customer information. We'll do first class.
First class accommodation is available on this train.
Certainly is. We were just looking at it. I believe around Falkirk there is a dead section, so where the overhead lines aren't powered. So you'll hear a drop in the motors, given that they're not being powered. But I believe one of the other things that have been fixed is that the signage for that section has now been put in place. So as we come into Falkirk, let's just we need to be braking here. So about a mile out, we'll start slowing down. We'll try around the 40% mark this time. Let's have a look at the lighting as we go into this tunnel. It's better, don't get me wrong, it's a lot better. Is it great? Is it perfect? I don't know. You see there was some still slightly weird behaviours there of a bit of a haze, lighty, as you see there, just there. Not sure what it's about, but there we go as we come into Falkirk. Again, let's find our stop mark as ever, and we can see it just on our left hand side here. So for a 4, 3 and a 2 car unit, pretty spot on, I would say. I'm liking this braking performance so much better. Getting the hang of it is yeah, it's nice. It's much nicer. So definitely credit there. Right, we are here for about a minute and a bit. So again, we'll just give you a quick look around the stations. As I was saying, the waiting rooms are beautifully modelled. Can I get in this one? And you can see the ticket desks there, also modelled. Building a bigger, better railway. Get on board with that. Nice to see the passenger information sign screens with the various stops along the way. Nice. What have we got this side? Again, another little waiting room, and we just fit on the station there. It's nice. Right, let's lock these doors. This is Falkirk High. Let's jump back in the cab. We've got 10 seconds to wait. Slightly eager on the closure of the doors.
We'll soon arrive at Croy.
Not quite soon. We've still got 9.8 miles to go. But I'm sure we will eat that up, given we're permitted to go to 100 miles an hour. Let's have a little play. Do the door section, of course, so you can open as many or as little doors as you like. So it's certainly helpful when you inevitably overshoot. I know I'm guilty of that sometimes. Saloon lighting, we want it on, of course. Let's go to the auto announce. Let's do some different ones. Delayed service. We're not delayed, but
we are sorry to announce that this train is delayed. We
I'm sure it's
apologise for the inconvenience caused.
I'm sure it's something we've all heard before. really enjoyable running this so far. Apart from the wind noise, I have had to turn my headphones down to hear myself think. Hopefully you get a sense of what that wind noise is like, and I'll, you know, let you make your own judgment on it. Okay, so we're almost up to 100 miles an hour. Just drop the power back now. Look at this lovely scenery. Got some cows there to our right. Definitely feels like a lot of farmland around here. Let's give you the various, so you can get a good look at the train management system now. Except I can't use my mouse to click anything. And as you can see, there's a bit of a camera view as well, which is quite cool. I love the video effect on it. That's very cool. I think what I'd like to be able to actually press some of these buttons with the mouse. Well, I can, but I have to go into cursor mode. Interesting. I can't do as I do here, just use it in its normal mode. So 5.4 miles to go to Croy. As I said, we were eating up those miles, given we're cruising at 100 miles an hour. So after that, we will be this will be our penultimate stop before heading into Glasgow Queen Street. When we get to Croy, what we'll do is we'll have a quick look around the trains themselves, show you the interiors. Be nice to see if anything's changed on that front. Don't think it has, but nice to look nonetheless. So we're really making some good time here. Nice clear skies. Looks like well, it was clear skies. Looks like the dynamic weather has taken us into a very light bit of cloud. Nice to see the variety of weathers. Obviously, that's part of the core Train Sim World 3 features. Talking of weather, this route was guilty of when it was raining, stations weren't getting wet; they were still looking dry, which has now been addressed as well as part of this update. So, again, nice to see some of these key features, being implemented to this route, and it obviously all adds to the immersion. I think this is certainly gone up in the list of where it is in terms of favourite routes. Really enjoying it. Really enjoyable run. I think what I'd love to just see this perfected is the introduction of better sounds. I think they, both Dovetail Games and Rivet both acknowledge the fact that additional recordings are needed, and hopefully that actually comes to fruition. And I think the other thing is I'd like to see a bit more variety and the station's a bit fuller. I think that's that would be nice. I don't know if there are any obvious loco add-ons that would naturally lend itself to this route. We need to be braking. We need to be a bit go on max here. I've been chuntering away and not realising that the station is coming up quite quickly. But the braking performance seems pretty good. I think we're just, yeah, we're making it. We're making it. It's not a problem. Let's find our stop marker. There it is, just to the left. There we go. Spot on, I think. Just a little bit over, As I say, we were going to take a look at the interior, so let's open this up. As you can see, the blinds you can raise and lower them. Let's put them down, why not? So this is obviously first class. We'll go through into standard. Nice to see a really busy carriage, yeah. Let's head through into this one. Again, this train is really, really nice and busy. So, ooh, what happened there? I clipped through something. Can we do it again? Nope. Okay. Yeah, nice. Definitely clipping through something in the interior there. Not sure quite what's going on. But as I was talking about, you've got some lovely detailed station interiors. Really, really nice. And yeah, this is Croy. Let's head back down to the cab here. We need to be locking those doors and getting away. We'll jump in through this way because we came out of here. There we go. We can shut the door. I'm a little bit stuck. There we go. That's shut. Yeah. Right. Let's lock those doors. And we'll be ready to depart for our final station, which, the next station, come on, let's do it.
The next station is Glasgow Queen Street.
That it is. As we start to depart. We can give it for your belongings.
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
So what would be really nice is to see this, I guess the announcements automated at set points within the route, like as you're just arriving into a station, that, you know, that please take your belongings. That would be very cool. And it would give you a sense that perhaps some of these announcements are being, actioned by the guard, perhaps. That would be a nice feature. I don't know if that would happen in real life. I don't know. So it must be some kind of auto announcement rather than it being down to the driver. So 9.7 miles to go. As I say, Glasgow Queen Street will be our final stop. And, yeah, it's been. I keep saying it, but this has been really enjoyable drive so far. Hopefully, you've also think the same now. I think you can see some of the certainly the improvements that I've talked about through this video, and obviously I've talked about in previous videos of this route what I'd like to see improved. Certainly when you drove the Class 314 on this route as well, you could get a real feel for its potential. Certainly now that the 385 has been improved vastly, I think it's coming to it's coming along nicely. We'll see what the approach to Glasgow Queen Street is like. Hopefully it's as good as ever. We've not hit any adverse signals yet. Be nice to hit some as we approach Glasgow. But given we're a service at 11:30 in the morning, it's probably unlikely. So we'll just show you where we are on the map. Obviously we had a number of stops around here in this sort of middle section. We've just left Croy, which was probably there, and we'll be going past Eastfield Depot where the 385s are stabled, so it'll be cool to see them all stabled there. We'll have a quick look at that, and then finally we'll be heading into Glasgow Queen Street. Looks like we've got a station here we're going to be flying through but not stopping at. We'll jump out and see which station this is. Looks like we've got a 385 that has actually stopped there. We'll jump out about now. Where is... oh, there it is. Lenzie. Nice to see it modeled. Not sure I've ever stopped here with a service. Is this a... it's a 4-car unit. Interesting. No, never stopped at this station before. Slightly speeding there. Let's just get it back under control. So 4.6 miles to go. I think the other thing probably to note is that there is only the single, I believe the single railhead treatment service to run on here. I'm not sure if freight is prevalent on this route or not. I personally don't know much about this route in real life. I don't know if anyone does know. Let us know in the comments below. But that would also be perhaps a little bit of a nice addition. So we're getting closer to Glasgow, not far at all now. Quick check on the map there. Again, we've got another station. I don't think I've... oh, we need to be braking quite hard here. Again, clearly my route knowledge is not great. We need to be continuing to brake because we've got a 70 coming up. Let's keep on minimum now. There we go. We got down for that one. That's, at least we managed that. We still need to be... Where are the warning signs that we need to be dropping down further? Surely should be the yellow warning signs. Am I wrong? But I believe this is Eastfield Depot where we've got all the other 385s stabled here. So quite a lot. I guess that's pretty normal given that the rush hour is obviously over. As you can see, our train in the background there. So we're just 1.8 miles now out from Queen Street, and we'll be going down to 30 very shortly. Platform 5. Not sure I've probably driven into platform 5 before, I don't know. So what have we been given a warning for here? It's not a yellow. I assume that was for a 30. Didn't see a warning board. Make sure we get down to 30 in time. Obviously we're going downhill as well, so the extra braking is required. We'll just keep it in minimum for now. We'll get the AWS warning here. Again, that was very bright. And we'll be getting down to 20. Those lights are very, very bright. Just about made that, that's fine. There's our single yellow, and again we've been notified that going into platform 5. So we are somewhat ahead of time, just by about 3 minutes. A very slow run into Queen Street. You can see it just coming into view now. Be quite bright as we come out of the tunnel. Let's do an announcement.
This is Croy.
No, it's definitely not.
We'll soon arrive at Glasgow Queen Street.
That we actually will be. And we'll just roll in now and roll up to the buffers for our final stop. And this obviously is Glasgow Queen Street, which are a very empty Glasgow Queen Street. I would admit that. Would be so nice to see this busier. And then we've suddenly, all of a sudden, got an absolute ton of passengers. Oh, yeah, perfect. We didn't miss the buffer. We didn't hit the buffers. That's all good. It's a shame that the passengers suddenly just turned up as I was arriving. I'd hope the... Oh no, there was another 385 just tucked away to the right there. Again, the visibility of the 385 doesn't lend itself to seeing that. Let's lock the doors. Even though passengers just got on. Of course, it's got to be a gold medal. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you have, when you hit that like button and also subscribe as well, be great to hear your thoughts on the updates to this route. Let me know in the comments down below. But for now, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.